First picture is off the east coast of Australia. All right? That's the east coast, not the west. That would be, so to speak, our side of Australia. Now, look at this satellite picture. Look at the clouds. What do you see? What do you see? Does this look in any possible way natural? No. This is nuts. This is absolute craziness that you're seeing there. This is, it's got to be more than just HAARP. I don't know what it is, Dane, but you would know better than anyone. This is the most ugly thing, the most unnatural looking cloud system that I can even imagine. And wait till you see what's coming up. Don't look ahead, everyone. Stay with us. Let's go through this together. That's astounding.
This particular image is very important because it completely refutes what the paid liars at the Weather Channel would try to have us believe. Now, when we see these types of herringbone patterns, what they initially have tried the gravity wave hypothesis, which, if you know enough about that, it's profoundly ridiculous. And they try to claim that this is caused from a topographical feature below the clouds.
Oh, please! So this is the Weather Channel doing this?
The Weather Channel's job is to explain away the completely engineered and unnatural as natural. Anybody who watches the Weather Channel that knows anything about what's happening with climate engineering and the implosion of the biosphere, it's to the point now of being completely absurd, these paid actors and really paid liars, and what they try to explain away as to why there's so many ice storms now, why it's snowing at 45 degrees. The trail of deception there goes on and on. But with this particular photo that we're looking at right now, and the overlapping herringbone patterns indicates an overlapping of transmissions from multiple locations that are all interacting in that site. And this is, again, it completely refutes any of the official narratives.
It's embarrassing. Just embarrassing. Looks like they've been just poured there and piled up on top of each other. Are these pulsed EMF things that cause the herringbone, or is it more of a longer term energy transmission? Looks to me like it might be pulsed. Boom, and they've done it, and the clouds are shaped in this absurd, unnatural configuration, and they just sort of float around and move around in their bowl.
Now, there's aspects of the transmission procedures that we are still trying to unravel, but the bottom line is people understand if you put electrically conductive particulates, and when we saturate the air mass with those particulates, if you can move those particulates, you can move the air mass. So if you put iron shavings, for example, on a table and you put a magnet underneath, what happens? They align in certain configurations. Yeah. So when we see the radio frequency transmissions showing up in the cloud masses that are saturated with these electrically conductive particulates. It's indicative of those frequencies interacting with those particulates, and that's again how they move the air masses around. They're saturating them with the particulates. In the case of the hurricanes, that they can somehow magically predict a week ahead of time that will make unprecedented, in the case of Hurricane Sandy, an unprecedented 90-degree westerly turn, right where they said it would turn. And when we see then as those storms are coming ashore and the ground-based radio frequency transmitters light up and energize as a repelling effect on those storms, so they can lock those storms in place. And what we see in the animations we record is as they want those storms to start migrating inland, you'll see the transmitters de-energize, and that reduces the repelling factor, and the storms can then migrate in different directions, and then they'll light the transmitters up on the backside of those storms to push them or propel them in that direction. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yeah.
And for people who want to see this, if they search to find our information on our site, if you search, because it's becoming hard because of what Google's doing, but if you search geoengineeringwatch.org, put the full website aim, and then search engineering hurricanes, geoengineeringwatch.org engineering droughts, geoengineeringwatch.org engineering winter, so on, wildfires. Easier to find our data. In the toolbar at the top too, we have our categories: engineering winter, engineering fires, engineering drought, so forth.
What a resource. No wonder they wanted to hide it. Just incredible. So what we're seeing here in the herringbone patterns is a reaction between the EMF being pumped up and the metallic particulates that are being sprayed into the clouds and into the upper atmosphere moisture.
Correct.